Hey fellow Force users, what is up? It's Jasmine, the Ahsoka Tano fan, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Long time no see, guys. So guys, wow, we had quite the surprise trailer drop there and series announcement. I think you guys know what series I'm talking about, and that is a brand new series coming this May the 4th called Star Wars Tales of the Empire. I haven't even heard of this series before. Last I checked, we were waiting for another season of Tales of the Jedi, but then we get the announcement of this brand new series with an all new trailer. And guys, I wish I could say I didn't watch the trailer, but honestly, I just happened to pull up YouTube and literally I just see a thumbnail of Barriss Offee. At first I actually thought it was a fan trailer, but then I saw that Star Wars had posted it and I knew it was real, so I had to check out the trailer, guys. So this is kind of like a half reaction review type video. I watched it already, but I am going to play it again just so I can have a second look at it. It definitely looks amazing. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into this trailer once more and then we will discuss afterwards. Admiral Thrawn, Morgan Elsbeth.
Oh, my people were all but destroyed.
Wow.
My anger gives me strength.
Jeez.
It is that
this animation, guys.
I offer the Empire.
Offer accepted.
Wow. May the 4th.
To present you with an opportunity, Barriss.
Wow. Insane.
Your path is set, Morgan Elsbeth.
Wow. Look at the battle droids. Jeez. Grand Inquisitor.
Only breeds defeat. I will help you overcome this weakness.
Oh my gosh, so intense. Oh, and look at the blood drop. Wow, the animation's crazy.
Everything comes at a cost.
Wow. And that's where she was in the Mandalorian, it looks like.
My world has been burning.
Wow.
What has begun?
Oh, the spinning lightsaber.
Now you must face one final test.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
You meet your new master.
Ah, my goodness. Ah.
Long live the Empire.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That whole trailer is amazing, but especially that last part. Oh, just chills. I think at the end there when they say final test, I'm pretty sure that Barriss has to kill the other person to prove her loyalty. It kind of seemed like that sort of scene. So many thoughts. It was just even more amazing the second time around watching that trailer. So much happened. First of all, it looks like we're getting two stories, one with Morgan Elsbeth and then the other with Barriss Offee. And that's kind of how Tales of the Jedi was structured as well. We had a set of episodes surrounding Dooku and then a set of episodes surrounding Ahsoka. So first, let's talk about Barriss. It is so surprising and amazing that we are getting these episodes focusing on her because we've always wondered what happened to her, or at least I have always wondered what happened to her after the Clone Wars, because obviously the last time we saw her was when she betrayed Ahsoka and framed her for the bombing of the Jedi Temple. And I still have not forgiven her for that, by the way. That was definitely an emotional arc and it led to Ahsoka's decision to leave the Order. The whole thing is very ironic because she is now going to be serving her new master, who's Vader, but then not long ago, Anakin was fighting against her to bring justice to his Padawan and to exonerate her for crimes she did not commit. It's so strange how things have changed now, and I think it just shows that war is very temporary. Things can always change when circumstances change, and in a warped way, now Barriss is serving someone that was the reason why she was put in prison in the first place. We saw her in prison there, and she was approached by a woman. I think she was one of the sisters. You know how they have the different sisters and different brothers? Those are the inquisitors. And I'm not actually sure if we've seen her before. Did we see her in Kenobi? I may have to double check that. Is there a possibility that we might see the third sister as well, Reva, who was also in Kenobi? But you look and you see that she's approached by that woman who seemingly offers her a chance to join the Empire. And had she not been in prison, she never would have joined the Empire to serve Vader. And then Vader's the one who put her in prison. So yeah, just a very kind of warped thing that we're seeing here. It kind of went by quick, but were there any other Inquisitors there that we might have seen before? I don't know if... Actually, now that I think about it, one of the Inquisitors might have been the one that Ahsoka faced off against in Tales of the Jedi, and also in the Ahsoka series. Both of them she killed. I think I may have to rewatch that part again, but either way, it's just so exciting to see actually how the Inquisitors are trained and how they become what they become, which are essentially Force-sensitive killing machines for the Empire. It looks like she went up against the Grand Inquisitor as well in a pretty intense duel, and I mentioned it during the reaction, but you could see the blood drip from her nose onto the floor, and that is just a testament to how far the animation has come. I don't think we've ever actually had that before, where we've seen like blood drip onto the floor, but yeah, it was just insane. It looks like the Grand Inquisitor puts her through some tests, and then she is faced with a final test, which looks as though she has to kill somebody else to prove her loyalty. That was the impression that I got from that scene. And during that scene too, it didn't look as though she had a lightsaber, so I guess she's supposed to try and kill that person without the use of a lightsaber. And if she's successful, it'd be ironic because that's exactly how Ahsoka killed the Inquisitor in Tales of the Jedi as well. Barriss, if you think about her, even though I personally don't like her because I'm just so upset with what she did to Ahsoka, she's a great character. She started off as being Ahsoka's friend, and to see someone so friendly and seemingly so innocent descend from that into complete darkness is just so fascinating and intriguing. And actually, if you compare her to Ahsoka, they both kind of have similar stories in the sense that the Jedi that they once served let them down and they ended up having a changed perspective, but they ultimately end up walking two very different paths. And remember when we first saw the seventh sister in Rebels, because of her green skin, a lot of us kind of thought that maybe that was going to be Barriss, and in fact was not Barriss, but it looks like she is going to be an Inquisitor at the end of the day. Overall, that was just amazing. I can't wait to see her story, and I wonder what she'll say about the Clone Wars and if she'll even mention Ahsoka at all. That whole trial was pretty much the height of her fall, you could say, her gradual fall to the dark side and then the Empire. And perhaps one of my biggest questions with all of this, with Barriss' story, is that are they setting up a future rematch between Ahsoka and Barriss? We know obviously that they have a lot of history. Ahsoka went up against Inquisitors, including the seventh sister, who kind of bore resemblance to Barriss. So now the next logical step seems to be having a rematch between Ahsoka and Barriss, which I personally think would be epic. I think there'd be so much tension built up, and it would be an intense fight because they are both highly trained. They are both trained during the Clone Wars as Jedi. If my theory is correct about that scene in the trailer with Barriss potentially fighting without a lightsaber, that means she may have that same ability that Ahsoka has. And if you guys will recall, during that final Clone Wars arc in season 5, when Ahsoka and Barriss fought, Ahsoka lost that fight. So Barriss would definitely be a formidable opponent for her. And if this rematch happens, are we going to see it in animation or are we going to see it in live action, such as in the Ahsoka series? And so now the other story looks like it's going to be focused around Morgan Elsbeth, which is amazing. We obviously saw her first introduced in The Mandalorian, and we obviously see her play a prominent role in the Ahsoka series. Love seeing her in animation. Again, the animation was just incredible. That scene where she was touching the dirt, and even her face, it just looks so much like the actress Diana Lee Inosanto. In the Ahsoka series, we did learn a little bit more about her past as a Night Sister, and you saw her become a Night Sister just before her death. That is the only thing I'll say that is a little unfortunate, is that we're getting this great content with Morgan Elsbeth, who's a relatively new character in the Star Wars franchise compared to other characters, but then we already know her fate. It is what it is. That looked like it was Dathomir, and we saw part of that actually take place during the Clone Wars as well. And you see her fight against Grievous too, and the battle droids. So this has to take place during the Clone Wars because Grievous and the battle droids are still alive and up and running. So I'm wondering, is it the same Battle of Dathomir that we saw Ventress partake in? In fact, you can draw a parallel between Morgan Elsbeth duel with General Grievous as well as Ventress's duel with General Grievous. The scenes kind of look similar. Is there a possibility of Ventress making an appearance during that story arc? We obviously saw Ventress return in the Bad Batch. The question is, what exactly happened to her between Dark Disciple and the Bad Batch. So is it possible that we're gonna see some of that explored in Morgan Elsbeth's story in this new series? You see her interact with Thrawn, and presumably that might be the first time she's meeting him, perhaps. Just like Barriss, the two of them are seeking to join the Empire. Both of these women have lost a lot. You know, Barriss, although it was kind of her own doing, ended up in prison, lost everything, lost her ranking as a Jedi. She lost her master, Luminara. I assume that by this point, she's no longer alive. We know in Rebels that they were using her corpse basically to lure the remaining Jedi. But I believe she's no longer alive. So Barriss has lost everything. That, I guess, is one of the reasons that drives her towards the Empire. And then you have Morgan, who she's lost everything. Her home world is literally in flames. She just has a strong willingness to persevere and survive anyway. And I guess that strength within her has pushed her towards the Empire. So you definitely see a common theme of loss here. But it is just so interesting, again, if you compare it to Ahsoka, how when Ahsoka lost everything, she walked her own path. But then with these ladies, they're walking the dark path. And it looks like they returned to the same planet that we saw Morgan Elsbeth in during The Mandalorian. The planet's name is Corvus. It looks as though she's starting her siege over that village that we see her rule over in The Mandalorian. She was even holding that same spear that she fought Ahsoka with. Overall, that was just an amazing trailer. This show looks like it's going to be incredible. I even loved at the end how they first showed the logo for Tales of the Jedi, and then you just see the fire transition into the Empire. And that's exactly what happened with the Jedi, right? The era of the Jedi and the Republic essentially burned out, and the Empire is what took its place. Just a good overall transition, a great trailer. I can't wait for the series. If you guys couldn't already tell, you guys let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the trailer and what you're looking forward to from the series. And as always, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys for the next video. Until next time, guys, take care and see you soon.